All right, I'm gonna post it in the chats. Oh, dude, yeah, like bring in. All right. Ready, Mr. Boo? Welcome to the IRL Alpha Pre-Show, where we talk all things tech, AI, Web3, and we talk to these DGens. We're in Season 2 of IRL Alpha. Brand new studio, same vibes. Let's talk to some DGens and see what's going on in the Web3 space. Who will our first victim be? Let's go over here. I'm going to bring Margaret Murphy over here. Oh, you walked right into it. What's up, Margaret? How you doing?
Man, good to see you.
Good to see you. How you like our new studio?
It's amazing. What the hell? It's so cool.
Dude,
I've never been here before.
We were busy moving for the last 3 days. A little sweaty, but we're getting it done.
I can imagine.
Yeah. So, Margaret, I heard you earlier today in like a really good photography space with Guido and Rainer Harsh. So, how do you feel about AI and photography? Give us your thoughts.
I mean, I think they're cousins. They're related, and I don't think there needs to be as much hate as there is. It feels unfounded, but both tools are imperfect, and I think that they are worthy of critique and discourse.
Now, why do you think there's so much hate from like traditional photography towards the AI photography space?
Because they're insecure. I think if their work was good, they wouldn't be worried.
That's a very good point. And what have you been working on lately?
I've not really been in create mode. I've been in absorb mode where I'm, reading a lot and I'm looking at art. I'm going to be traveling. I'm going to New York. So if anyone in New York is watching, I'll be there from the 26th through the 31st. I'd love to meet it and hang with some Web3 people. But yeah, getting some freelance stuff up. Actually picking up a camera again, funny enough. So.
Nice.
But I'm happy to be here.
Dude, happy to see you here. Thank you so much for stopping by, Margaret.
Of course.
Let's see. Let's tap in with Elmo over here, man. Elmo. What's up, Elmo?
Howdy.
Elmo's just done Orange Cube, man. Tell us about Orange Cube and what you're doing with that.
Orange Cube is a curated art house that's going to be dealing specifically with ordinals, and we're actually getting ready to do our first launch here in the coming week. So super excited about that.
All right, so you're just onboarding like different artists onto ordinals through Orange Cube?
Yeah, basically. I am working with currently artists that don't exist in in ordinal space, specifically currently right now. But I am looking to work with some ordinals OGs here in the future. I think that would be like super sick. But like ultimately my goal with Orange Cube is to essentially just kind of like curate and bring some of the best art that I feel is not only like visually breaking the ground, but like also conceptually groundbreaking and uses the tech in a very interesting way. So that's what I'm trying to do with that.
Now, what do you feel like ordinals is a superior platform towards like maybe other blockchains as far as like putting up like fine art?
I mean, dude, it's forever. It's Bitcoin, right? Like, who wouldn't want themselves being immortalized? I mean, we're seeing already the government like tease potential legal action with Ethereum, which could potentially, hypothetically threaten the Ethereum blockchain and all this stuff. And it's like, this is the problem with all these centralized blockchain projects, right? Like, they're cool and everything, but at the end of the day, it's like the government has a target that they can go after. With Bitcoin and its decentralization, I mean, there's not really anybody you can go after, right? So this could be like, up and running for thousands or hundreds and hundreds of years, So yeah, it's kind of interesting. Why wouldn't you want your artwork on a chain that will outlast your time, specifically, and possibly generations after you,
Oh, I completely agree, man. To uncensorability, the immutability, and the fact that there's an anonymous founder that you can't be targeted.
Absolutely.
And the fact that everyone runs their own node and it's decentralized definitely gives it prominence. Yo, Elmo, my man. Pleasure, dude. Looking forward to Orange Cube, man. Let's see who else we're going to tap in with. Let's go to one of our sponsors that we can't make this show happen without. One of the heads of the Forgotten Runes Wizard cult. I'm going to just sneak right up and get him on camera because I know he loves it so much. I know he loves being on camera.
What up, buddy? How you doing, man?
How you doing, Barry?
Season 2. I like Season 2.
Season 2, Episode 1, Forgotten Runes, the man right here. Tell us a little bit about Forgotten Runes.
Forgotten Runes. Excuse me. I think actually it's the largest decentralized fantasy franchise in the world. We have like over like 5,000 original stories written all by the community. We're baking that into comic books. We have published comic books all over the world, 10 series. We have a TV show in development with the creator of John Wick. We got a huge video game coming out this year, and a lot of stuff on that, like in the next like month, 2, 3, 4. So a lot of stuff happening, man. It's
And really
gonna
cool
be
shirts.
good. And really cool fucking shirts. That shirt's so metal.
I love, dude. It looks like the Iron Maiden art.
Yeah,
so I love it.
exactly, Iron Maiden. What's up, Butoshi?
And Butoshi behind the camera. We couldn't do this without Sir Butoshi right there, the hardest working man in the space. Thank you so much, Bear. Appreciate you, man.
Thank you. Love
Thank you. Love you too, bro. Let's see who we. No. Let's get him right here, man. Look, he came right on time. I'm here with Flyride right here.
Shut up, Los.
Shut up, Troy. Oh my God, look, Troy just can't stay away from the spotlight. He just like comes in. What are you doing, Troy? What you got to say? I'm here with Troy and Flyride, both great content creaters in the
We're
space.
gonna go shoot content right now. I gotta mic up Troy so we can go shoot some videos.
What are you guys gonna shoot?
We don't even know, but we're gonna.
Make it up on the spot.
Yeah, this is what we do.
Do a little story, whatever. I want to give a shout out to the guy holding the camera. I mean, this is a guy. He's like running big ass projects, and he's doing the thing where he don't even want to be seen. Should I even say his name? You know what I mean?
We just shouted him out and turned the camera around on him. We love Boo.
Fuck it, never mind. Well, I guess I'm on I guess my finger's on the pulse.
So Troy, how do you like the new studio? We did the first Ordinals is Dead show here. How did everything go?
I fucking hate this place.
Me too.
Yeah.
It's small. There's not a. The yard outside sucks.
It doesn't look good. You got to do landscaping. They want us to work. We got to put the chairs away, fold them up. The toilet seat, you got to flip up and down. You know, it's like, come on, man. No, I love this place. It's great. I'm glad that we're here. We just got to watch our P's and Q's and make sure that we're returning and doing shows every week,
Oh, dude. Love the new spot. Shout out to Vantum for making this happen. Thank you for hooking up this beautiful, Vatum. I never learned how to read. That's why I'm doing this. Thank you for hooking up this amazing spot. We got a pond outside with an actual live turtle. Turtles.
Go say hello to the
We can take a little look outside. We can't really go outside because the Wi-Fi will cut out, Boo, and then the cameras will die. But Troy, tell us about your new project. You have a passion project called Retordinals.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about Retordinals.
It's fucking don't read the white paper, just mint what your friend says, and then deal with the after.
Deal with the consequences
it's like
later.
Ape first, don't even research whatever. No, it's
Ape first, ask questions last.
It's just the perfect kind of like it's a project where like you just
Oh, nice.
yeah, man. You're
This
just,
new studio is amazing.
Yeah, you're just aping first and don't ask questions, and you're building vibes. You're trolling people, calling people out, but also supporting people and bringing and shouting out and retweeting like those accounts that have like 10 followers that need a voice. It covers a lot. I mean, that's just the surface of it, and you got like 10 builders behind it that are not rushing, but they're just expediently building step by step every day. Just communicating with the community, being active, and that's it, man. Like, you're fucking buying us. These are pictures. The art's great because Sexaline is one of the most legendary artists that we have, especially in Bitcoin. And he just produces art every day. We have the meme generator based on his art. It's just like, it's going gangbusters. Anyway, that's about it. That's all I got to say about that.
Love you, Troy. Thank you so much. Hold on, I got to tap in with Max right now. Max, on this kid. Oh, yeah. Troy, can you get someone at the door? Max, do you want to come in or? Oh, wait, I got Flyride back after Troy scared him away.
Oh, shit.
So he's back. So I heard a rumor Espresso House might be coming to LA.
Yeah, so this is what I want to do. I want to find out who owns that house so we can rent it as Espresso Shot. Content house right here. And then Max will come over and she'll make better content.
What's up? Max, you've been killing it lately in the content spat. You don't know Max Web3, right?
Yes, Web3
Web3 Max. Little dyslexia.
I kind of like it the reverse way. It sounds better.
So Max, you've been killing it lately. Started your own trading Telegram now. Tell us about your trading journey now.
My trading journey. Okay, well, it's funny because I started in Web3 with crypto back in like 2017 and like did all the ETH coins, like ETH meme coins, like season 1 when it was like 2020, right? 2021. Like that was like how I like was kind of raised in this space, and now that it's kind of back again with like more Solana coins,
there's base coins, like all the different chains now. It's kind of just fun to.
Fun to degen on different chains.
Exactly.
And you work with OD Labs. OD Labs building like the first AR integration on chain. Tell us a little bit about OD Labs.
Yeah, OD is really dope because it's like for me being in the community, I get to help like create. I hold a lot of Lulus, so I'm able to activate them and do a lot of fun things with on-chain XR. But honestly, like being part of something where like the community doesn't, like the greater community, the world doesn't even see the real potential that XR is going to have across like health and like the way we learn, like education. All of this is going to change, and it's just so early that like not even like people within Web3 even quite understand the power and potential of it yet. So it's exciting.
It's exciting to see the future being built like in XR, and like you said, like for learning, or even like I've seen like surgeons practice like surgery with like their XR.
And in like Vision Pro, there's just like so many more ways. I really like, because I care, my like content, I really care a lot about education and onboarding others. And it's like, what better way to teach somebody how to actually like do something than to just be like, here, put on these goggles and like try it, you know? Like you don't get to do that with a surgery, you know? It's like, here's a real person, like, oh my gosh, God forbid. Like here you can be an XR and have a full 3D person with like all of the stuff decked out, and like you can really just get like that experiential learning hands-on right there. It's pretty cool.
We love it, Max. And where can we find more of you if people want to like tap in?
Web3 Max on every channel.
Yo, tap in. Awesome content creator, killing it in the space, Max. Thank you so much. Appreciate you. Oh, let me go to my favorite man, the one, the only Buck God. Let's go. Hold on, I'm gonna sneak up on him. I'm gonna just come right up next to him.
Hey, what's up? What's up?
What's up, Big God? Sorry to interrupt, man. How you doing, man? Coming fresh off the Ordinals is Dead show in our brand new studio. How you feeling today?
Dude, it was a lot of fun. Like this is a vibe.
Right?
It's totally different than obviously last space. It feels like a pretty big upgrade, and like
new chapter upgrade. Season 2 starts now.
It's awesome.
Now, Big God, what have you been working on lately? Because you had like the whole quadrillions.
Yeah, like I honestly haven't been working on too much lately. Just been focused on more art stuff with Ordinals. Like we had an art drop 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago with Rare Skrilla and sold that out.
I saw that.
But other than that, like we haven't really been doing much more. Like lots cooking though.
Nice.
Yeah.
Now, where do you feel like Ordinals are going forward? Like, do you feel it expanding beyond like JPEGs? Do you feel like, something different? Like we had like Project Spartacus upload like the Iraq-Afghan war papers. Do you feel Ordinals will take like more of a turn where it could be like some kind of like free, decentralized type media thing?
I know Casey maybe wants to work on that next, right? Some sort of like peer-to-peer file sharing stuff. I don't know though. I think it's always going to be super expensive to do inscriptions, anything other than, I guess just JPEGs and like runes are pretty cheap, right?
Yeah.
Like using UTXOs. I don't know. I think other than that though, no. Like media other than sort of like still images, videos are hard, music's hard. It doesn't really make sense to do that. So I don't know. I think this is where it's currently at. It still has a lot of growth to do as well, like a lot of improvements. So, yeah.
Now, what do you feel about Casey's new protocol, Runes?
I love it so far. I mean, it's we're only like 3 weeks in, and it's miles ahead of where we were at with BRC 20s. I wish that maybe BRC 20s had some of the same growth as well. Maybe we wouldn't be in this position, but yeah, I love Runes. It's been a huge, I think, improvement on liquidity interest over BRC 20 for a bit now. So I like it.
Okay, bro. Big God, always love tapping in with you, my man.
Thank you, my man.
Yo, check out this legend, Big God, man. I mean, he don't even need an introduction. You know who this guy is. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Appreciate you. Let's see who else we got over here. Oh, I see him already. He looked over, so he's... What's up?
How's it going?
I'm here with Buckets, head of partnerships at OD Labs. How are you doing today, Buckets?
Doing all right. Loving the new studio. Looks sick. Congrats to the team for setting it up so quickly, and I'm excited to get the show rolling. I'm excited.
It's been quite a process setting this all up, man. Like we literally rushed today and barely got it off in time. So Buckets, what's up on the horizon for OD Labs? I've seen a lot of things cooking on the timeline.
Yeah, we had a claim just finally finalized recently. There might be another claim coming soon that we just want to give some more shit away for free. But we are finalizing a lot of the tech build out right now for the next phase of what we're going to be rolling out really soon. So I'm very, very, very excited about that. When the time comes, I'll be able to speak more publicly regarding that. But we're finalizing certain last builds, and the second that happens, a lot of cool stuff is coming on the horizon. So I'm excited.
Nice. Now, OD also, Tetra is one of the biggest consignment stores in Canada. So do you feel like there'll be any fashion drops coming up? Maybe like some apparel?
Yeah, no, definitely. Like, we've been dropping apparel before anyone knew who we were in Web3, right? So apparel is a key component to what we do. But now it's more about dropping apparel that is, focused and like kind of like directed towards the Web3 audience and like finding interesting ways and creative ways in order to do that rather than just, dropping another hoodie.
Dude, love it. So we're not getting another black hoodie.
If you are getting another black hoodie, it's just because the color happens to be black, but it's not just going to be another black hoodie.
Dude, that's the alpha right there. Yo, Buckets, man. Always love talking to you, my man. Cheers, thank you. Let's see who else we got. And where's our panel? I guess we're not even close to the panel, so we just got to keep this rolling. Let's see. Everybody seems to be outside. Let's see what we can do. You know what, Boo? Should we cut it a little early? We've been working hard. What do you think, Boo? Hold on.
I've never.
Here we are with Boo Toshi of the Bootalians. Hey! So, Boo,
Dude, this is actually such a vibe. I love the studio so
love the new
much.
studio?
I've just
I
been
mean,
like
come on.
exploring.
Dude. Oh, you're good. Oh, yeah. Oh, perfect. See?
Thanks, Lumi.
I'm telling you, the Boo Toshi or the Bootalian team is the hardest working team in this space.
We have to be.
So
I want to retire next year.
Me too. So, Boo,
That'd be nice.
tell us about the Bootalians. Tell us about building AI souls on chain.
Okay, so it's not on-chain building souls and on-chain. Okay, so
Go
I
for
think
it.
it's incredibly inefficient to build AI on-chain. What I do think is a fantastic idea with ordinals, especially the whole I could inscribe whatever government confidential files I want on ordinals, and it literally cannot be taken down. I think that these AI research papers that drop, like literally a lot of AI advancements that have happened, were dropped from colleges, were dropped from companies. Google's biggest one, which is called Attention is All You Need, is literally the origin of ChatGPT and transformers, which like is all of our AI working on right now. I think those papers, those concepts, that research should be inscribed on-chain, because then as humans, we can just recreate it. I don't think we need on-chain AI. It just seems like a forced narrative. I think every AI coin is honestly a shitter, and there's like better use if you do everything else. But in terms of building AI souls, that's my main thing. I've gotten a little bit better at kind of explaining what I'm doing, but you ever build or like you ever wrote in one of those like do-it-yourself storybooks?
Yes.
And you like get an adjective and you gotta like write down the action you want or the feeling that you have or like whatever happens next in the narrative. Kind of like what I work on AI is I build them the template. I build the framework for these storybooks. And then the AI, every single time you talk to it, fills it in. So like one of my main examples is like the sentient boos that I made, where every single time you talk to the boo, depending on your answer, depending on the situation, depending on the personality, they will choose their own feeling. They will have their own thought. And then they'll speak to you based on those two thoughts. And it makes the whole interaction feel a lot more human than just typing in a prompt and like doing all of that. What's up, OG? I gotta get my boy OG
Hold up.
on the
We
stage.
got OG.
Hold up.
Oh my God, he just landed.
This man literally just landed fresh. You were in Dubai. All right, good. We needed content. So my boy OG just landed. He had the marshmallow on. We're probably getting fined as a space. Thanks a lot, but that's all good. It was fucking hilarious.
It's okay. I'm getting a little bit sued. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
So just a smidge. So where'd you just come back from? How was everything?
Bro, I came from Dubai to STL, and then I just randomly came here in about 5 days after. So, I mean, I'm just on a travel spree, I guess. I mean, it's fucking lit, though. I'm not going to lie.
Welcome to
Cooking
IRL.
up in LA, man.
I got a little bit of content out here. I got a few people I got to meet up with, a few videos I got to make.
Can't say too
look
much
out
about
for it.
too much, but you know.
Can't say too much about too much, but got a little thing cooking.
Nice, bro.
Is there anything you want to shout something out? Stuff you've been working on? I know you're like a great videographer and everything you record is pretty fucking sick.
Let me cook. Shout out.
Go.
All right, shout out Travel Swap. You know what I'm saying? Few new ambassadors right here. You know me, myself, and Max the one.
Oh, congratulations, Max.
And also, look out for a few videos this week. We might cook a little something. Just keep it on your timeline.
What's your at?
My at, the one and only OG Shoots. Very simple, very plain. OG Shoots.
Got you. Appreciate the
shoot
shout out.
shoot.
Keep fucking cooking, bro.
Yo, OG, pleasure, my bro.
So we got a new camera woman. I feel like we
catch up with
could
you in a
spice
minute.
things up. What should we do? What should be up?
Man, I wish we could go outside, but our
Dude,
Wi-Fi
I wish
was cut
the
out.
outside is so nice.
The
and
outside is
beautiful,
really
and I miss
nice.
it so
Maybe we
much.
could get a shot. Oh, Vegan is right there.
Is he sitting down?
Sitting down.
Should we torture Vegan?
You know what? I would love to torture Vegan right now. Let's go torture
Let's go
Vegan.
torture Vegan.
We love the furries at IRL Alpha.
Oh, welcome. People are here.
All right,
We're starting.
live from Venice Beach. We got our main show going on. Stay tuned. Thank you for tapping in with us. It's been Milo Swayze, the one and only King
Butoshi behind the
Butoshi.
camera.
And Sarah behind the camera. Thank you so much for joining. Thank you for coming to our new studio. Season 2 starts now. We love you. Peace out. Dude, I am so fucking sweaty, bro. Yo, thank you, Boo.
Oh shoot, we need an iPhone charger.
There's 2 iPhone chargers right here.
Yeah, I don't know if we have
I'm gonna put this upstairs.
So we had to move, I don't know, every camera, every screen, every microphone, every chair, every table, every cord. So it's not that easy to get going, but we're almost there. We're just waiting for Jerry upstairs to say we can go live. Jerry?
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 Jerry.
Yeah, okay. How are we at? We're ready? Yeah. I don't like the producer giving a reluctant maybe we're ready. Okay. This took 3 days to do, people. If you guys don't know, this is a lot of cables running around here, all right? A lot of screens, a lot of furry costumes. They have to be custom fitted to exactly people's head specifications. If you guys don't know, fursuits. Okay. Why'd you have to reveal that? Why'd you have to reveal that? It fits Boo's head perfectly, though. That's the key, okay? So, yeah, custom made. If it's not custom made, it's not a fursuit. That's called a costume, all right? And we don't do that around here, okay? All right. I'm just waiting for my producer to get back upstairs. I'm watching him run up the stairs. It's all good. If you guys don't know, it's pretty much one person runs a lot of all of this stuff. That's Jerry up there.
Let's give Jerry a hand.
Give him a hand. So how it works is
No, literally. Actually, give him a hand. He needs help.
we give him a hand.
But
Someone.
fucking
Who knows audio or video?
Troy couldn't help himself.
Oh yeah. The nice part is if anything goes great, it's Jerry. If anything goes wrong, it's Jerry.
Jerry's basically like my project.
Yeah, we got easy. Yeah, he's all of our project. All right, Jerry, give me the heads up, and we're doing this thing. Okay, we're only how many minutes late? 18 minutes late, not bad. Welcome to IRL Alpha, Season 2, Episode 1, new location, same vibes. We're here to talk about all things, I don't know, NFT, Web3, SocialFi, Bitcoin, Solana. I don't know what's happening. There's too many metas. We're going to figure out which ones wins tonight. The only thing is we're not going to lecture you on our projects. We're not going to tell you what to buy. We're going to fight with each other, fight with you, fight with the panel. You can buy Forgotten Rune Wizard Cult because they're one of our sponsors, okay? So everyone, there you go, okay? You can buy them, okay? Because they pay us. So then you should buy them so they can keep paying us because otherwise... Anyway, exactly. Like the Owl's a fan here. So how it's going to work, we're going to talk about a bunch of subjects tonight. We got Solana builders. We got Bitcoin builders. We got people right in between. So we'll kind of see where the intersections of everything happens at. People in the audience, we got some mics over there. I think Butoshi's got one right there. I know he's got a goddamn fursuit right below him. So I know he's going to be putting that on. He takes his glasses off with the fursuit. So we have a mic over on this side as well. There we go. Troy, don't make me regret this, Troy. Okay, Episode 1, Season 2. All right, it's a new start. All right, do you want to be written off the show? Okay, you stayed on. Okay.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, beautiful. So if you're in the audience in the front here, raise your hand. We'll put a microphone to you. We used to have another mic. We don't have one anymore. It's a new venue. Okay, get in the first 2 rows. If you want to get in the first 2 rows, talk to Rosenbaum right there. He handles all of the booking, all of the pretty much everything other than the production here. If people talk on stage, they're talking to him, not me. Okay, let's do this. We're gonna start off. Like I said, we got some Solana builders. We got people actually doing stuff, people making cash over here. So we got double maxes. But we're going to start with the first max here. Max from Soul Sniper, one of the biggest DeFi Solana platforms out there. If you guys are actually working in Solana, trying to make some cash over here, you're probably already using Soul Sniper. Everyone's copying from Solana. What's going on? What are you working on?
Sniper XYZ, we're working on
I said Soul Sniper.
Well, it used to be called Soul Sniper. And then I rebranded it, but
I knew that,
everyone
totally.
just calls it Soul Sniper, anyways. In terms of the latest stuff we're working on is this hybrid DeFi technology. So it's kind of the intersection between NFTs and tokens. And so what you're able to do is actually have NFTs that can convert directly to tokens, and vice versa. A few weeks ago, we were the launch pad for a project called Fluffies. They did $70 million of 24-hour trading volume off the token. So that was pretty gas. And so we have this launch pad. We have obviously the NFT marketplace, and then within the marketplace, you can actually swap directly to tokens as well. Follow our Twitter and stay up to date with our latest announcements.
Beautiful. So we'll talk a bunch more about 404s, these hybrid NFTs, because it's kind of not just taking over Solana. It's hitting pretty much every single chain, and it might keep going here. So if we want to keep ahead, let's talk about it. Next, we got Max. Max, content creator, journalist, actually involved in every single chain. You want to learn about runes? You're talking to Max. You want to learn about Solana? You're talking to Max here. What are you working on now? What's going on?
Yeah, a lot of content. There's so much going on in this space. Like I know you guys probably relate to everybody else, and just like there's a new meta every day. There's a new chain you're supposed to be on every day, new project you're supposed to be paying attention to, and it's really hard to stay, on top of everything. So what I like doing, and my passion is trying to educate everybody as quick as possible across like as many chains as possible too, because I started a lot with ETH, and now I brought a lot of them over to Solana. Then I helped a lot of the Solana people get educated on runes, and now we're just kind of full force going. Whatever's happening, I try to keep people up to date, and that's that. Yeah, also with XR, right?
Yes, XR too. Yes, exactly. Beautiful, beautiful. Speaking of multiple chains here, in the beautiful custom fursuit, not someone else's fursuit we have here. Okay, all right. Founder of Inscribe Pepe. One of the projects that's been blowing up over in this ordinal world here. Also, I'm going to keep saying it right now. Take it off. Undocked. There we go. Nice throw.
That was like a basketball.
That was really good. That was really good here. Yes, that's not going to be a good basketball team. I got to be honest. I don't think furries and basketball players are not overchangeable. Okay. Yeah. So, really, you got some hoop skills?
I mean, the mascots are already in furry costumes, but I'm just saying.
Okay, cool. Owl from Inscribe Pepe, what's going on? I'm getting off the Wanko Manko memes because we're not getting banned today from Twitch, okay?
Wanko.
Ordinals, runes, Pepe, memetics. That's what's fucking going on. Everything I do, everything we do is one of those things across the board.
Beautiful. Those are most of my interests too. So beautiful. Love it. Also, we will say for all the ETH MFers, I mean, you work with Jack Butcher, which I don't know if you guys know. Like that's like, pretty much once you work with JB, it's you're in the cabal. And it was not just that. It was the biggest inscription at the time ever. Still the biggest, or?
It's the second biggest now.
Ouch.
A protocol. Wow, it's an ad.
A protocol. Lame.
It's like a protocol's white paper is now the biggest inscription ever. So we just kind of accepted that we're going to pretend it doesn't exist.
Yeah.
Unless it's an art inscription that's bigger, it does not exist.
Beautiful. Okay. We'll talk a bunch more.
Inscription.
Yes, 100%. Thank you, Jerry. That's our producer, Jerry. Thank you, Jerry. Okay, cool. And speaking of our regulars who we love to death here, one of the people that I call Bear Snake. I don't like to talk to anyone on the phone. You guys don't know. Anyone who knows me, I don't call people on the phone. I don't talk to them on the phone. Bear Snake's the only guy who can get me on the phone, and we'll talk for a couple hours. But we mostly talk about music. We never get anything done. It's mostly 2 hours of music talk, 1 hour of complaining about Web3. But every time, his project, Forgotten Wizard Cult, is actually releasing stuff in this world. They have multiple games. They have comics. If you see right there, the comics are actually there. You can actually see the comics. Their merch, it actually exists. Their games are actually playable here. Okay? And they're not fake. They're actually real, okay? Bear Snake, what's going on? What's coming next for the cult?
Hi, I'm just happy to be here for season 2, episode 1.
That's right. Thank you. Good to have you.
Forgotten Runes. If you haven't heard of us, we are a fantasy-based project from 2021.
Fantasy top based, you mean?
Fantasy top.
I'm sorry, guys. Sorry.
Yeah, no, not that, but we should probably do that.
Not bad.
And we're basically building an entertainment franchise. I know we've all heard that before, but I think the difference with us is the team has a lot of experience doing a lot of different things that help you actually franchise. So we have a TV show with the creator and writer of John Wick. We have a big video game coming out this year that we've been developing for 3 years. We have a globally published comic book, so it's on all the continents, all the nerds everywhere.
Is it in Antarctica?
Yeah, and so we're just building. We've been doing it for almost 3 years now, and we're gonna do it for 50 more.
Okay, 50 more. That's good. So everyone hear that? 53 years. This
Yeah.
project will be
Wait,
around
I might be
for.
dead.
Invest. Make sure you sell. But I want the 52nd year.
Yeah.
Okay. So
upload my consciousness.
Okay, so we actually have a lot of people here who've been in multiple chains, and I think it's kind of interesting because we're seeing this crazy crossover. We are actually seeing people are saying we can trade runes on Telegram now. Oh, come on, that's Solana business here. 404s. They're kind of based off inscriptions. That's a Bitcoin kind of thing. So there's this crazy weird mix of the two worlds that's been happening here. So I kind of am curious, like, with Sniper XYZ, you're Solana focused here. What are you looking at for the Bitcoin community? Are you just like laughing at us, or are you know what I mean? Is it like a place where you're trying to recruit these Bitcoin MFers over here, saying, guys, what are you doing? You're waiting 3 hours for something to finish? Come on over here. We'll make you some money here.
Well, I think it's a couple things, right? So like, there's like one really interesting link between kind of like BRC20 and the hybrid DeFi culture we have on Solana. It actually came from back when like inscriptions first, like not when it first started, but when it first started taking off, I think in like around October, November of 2023. I actually, if you go to my personal account, I actually dropped a thread yesterday about this. But what happened was...
You mean this thread right here? Come on, let's see if this works. Come
yeah,
on.
it's this thread.
Wow. Okay.
So the very first reply I have in this thread is kind of about where it started. And what's really interesting is like on Solana, we were actually trying to copy inscriptions, which like didn't make a ton of sense because it's like you don't have to have inscriptions to make NFTs work on Solana. And this little team called Libraplex, like that's what they did. And the first project that really popped off was called Souls. I don't know if you guys have heard of that project, but that was what they were trying to do, is just create inscriptions. And what we inadvertently created was hybrid DeFi, because what happened was Souls basically, their community was like so bullish on it, they like convinced like MEXC and Gate.io and all these exchanges to go list them as well. And so they had to create basically a token to NFT swap. And that's actually the origin of like hybrid DeFi on Solana. And it doesn't exist without kind of like the BRC20 like inscriptions culture. So that's actually like kind of a really cool like homage. The other thing I kind of think about is like, I think in the end state of crypto, like I think everything is kind of like works in like a Pareto. And I don't really believe in like having like tons of chains. I think everything kind of like clusters to a couple chains, right? I think like Solana definitely has a place as like this fast, like high utility chain that like can compete with like a Venmo or a Visa, right? In terms of just like making fast transactions. I think like what Bitcoin's really got like the biggest mode in is like it's like true like store of value, and now on top of that you're seeing people develop like a lot of different utilities on top of it as well. So like I think Bitcoin's here to stay, I think Solana's here to stay, and I can't really say the same for other chains.
No. So ETH, where is it at?
I don't know.
You're saying ETH's not here to stay? Okay.
This is just my opinion.
ETH is not
Well,
going
let's hear Owl. Wait, okay. God, no, Buckets. Don't worry, Owl, real fast. Let's hear it.
Okay, so actually, I was called an absolute idiot for like pushing an L2 ETH narrative to someone in a conversation like 10 months ago. He was just like, "You're a fucking idiot," and I bought a lot of Solana because of that. And thank God he called me an idiot, like for real. But I don't know. I think first of all, you're kind of counting on no innovation from the Vitalik ETH side of things whatsoever, like as like going into the future. And then the network effect and the amount of value locked in Ethereum, you know, obviously like that's what the ETH that's what I was saying when I was pitching this L2 ETH narrative to the guy who called me an idiot, right? Like the growth opportunity is on Solana, obviously, but like I would not, like all of that value on ETH is not all going to Solana. That's not happening. A lot of it will, a good amount of it will, but like how long is it before something changes in the general calculus? Like I think ETH is relatively at a sentiment bottom at this point. Could go lower sentiment wise, but like
Oh, we can shit on ETH more. We can go harder, okay?
Like, it's all kind of already
ETH to
said.
0.
I don't know. That's my sense. I think it is the original chain that was like, let's do stuff with crypto instead of let's just store value with it. And I would be shocked if that fades within 5 years. I think it's going to be an ongoing thing for probably the next decade.
So Bear Snake, you abandoned ETH and ran to Bitcoin. And, like, how do you feel?
No, I think it's interesting. I think there's something in human nature. There's probably some scientific or like.
Are you on mic?
Oh, check.
He should be. Jerry, make sure that's loud. Okay?
Everybody give Jerry a hand.
No, it's all. I see him twiddling knobs up there. He looks very stressed. That's good, okay?
It's just video games.
Don't worry about it. Keep going.
Okay, so I think there's something in human nature where if there's like a status quo situation, whether it's a chain or it's someone in charge and they're ruling the planet, I think human nature is like the new thing will just completely destroy the old thing. And almost like, 9 out of 10 times that's not the case. It's that it sits next to it. It's different. It's differentiated. And, I'm not saying this because we started on ETH. I think we're always innovating. We're always playing with other chains. I think that's part of our MO. But I think if anyone has been in crypto long enough, they know that when everybody says something is dead, that's exactly when it's not dead. And I think this chain versus that chain. Of course, there's going to be there's only so much market share, but I think it's silly to think that the new thing destroys the old thing.
Okay, so wait, 4 buckets. I do have to make one counterpoint. I'm sorry.
Do it.
You always say
He's about to rip.
he's getting mad. Remember.
Everybody.
Just watch his reaction.
You know what? When that came here, everybody was ETH. Now it's like Solana and Bitcoin. Everybody, what the fuck?
And we're evolving. Okay. You want buckets? Just
I want to hear buckets. Yeah.
So here's what I'll say. Okay, you can say when everyone's shitting on it the most, that's when it's gonna rip. Cardano. What are you talking about?
Okay, I'm generalizing.
I have Cardano friends who are Haskell nerds who are like, you don't understand. 130 PhD papers published. It's the lowest ever. So
but
just
that's
so you
when
know,
you're
it's not all
sniffing your own glue, though. You have to have you have to have a brain.
Doesn't Cardano have a $30 billion market cap or a $20 billion market cap?
I've had the coin. I've had it. I've had it.
With this
ADA.
in general, its market value didn't matter how much people.
I've had ADA for 4 years, and it goes up, it goes down, it goes up, it goes down. It's even. I've made no money
Let's look
from
at
it.
Let's look at it. Let's look at the market caps.
All right, but buckets. Let's just hear it.
So we could say ordinals are dead, and then they get to show on IRL Alpha. But if you say ETH is dead, all of a sudden it's actually dead.
Wait, buckets. I'll schedule that
Thank
show
you,
with you.
Buckets.
Okay, ETH is dead. Starting next week.
ETH is
okay?
dead.
We're
Let's
on.
host it. We'll host it.
That's the point. It's like we could call one thing dead while there's an entire team of multiple teams that are building on that chain.
Thousands.
And then because it's the new hot thing, right? All of a sudden we're able to be like, oh, it is dead, right? Because there is a potential for money-making opportunities. But for an ecosystem that's been alive and up and running for multiple cycles, survived the multiple bear markets, and all of a sudden right now, that's not where the casino is actually being placed at.
No.
All of a sudden, ETH is actually dead, and we're not going to make a show out of it, right? Because there isn't that potential of money-making opportunities.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, we're only calling shits dead or not dead, depending on how much money we can possibly make.
That's right.
True.
OpenSea's dead. OpenSea's
very
actually dead.
Very
OpenSea's
fucking
dead.
A few things first. Cardano losers are almost as bad as XRP nerds. Let me make that a statement. Second, yeah, there might be teams building on ETH, but ETH is never fucking building again. I haven't seen ETH do anything. What's Vitalik's team doing? I haven't seen him do it.
Solana needs to keep on doing stuff because their chain shuts off every fucking cycle. Improvements need to be made. And the thing is, improvement needs to be made across the board. And Vitalik did a huge post on X a couple months ago and didn't make that much of a big of an impact, right? And that's totally fine. And yes, I'm not an ETH maxi at all, right? It's more about where do you want what you are building to live on, right? That is honestly the honest truth. If you want your stuff to live on where the best casino is, please, because there's room and there's place and there's necessity for that. If you want a place that will last forever, that is not based on IPFS and shit like that, there's room for Bitcoin. The question is for us, who are actually building something in the space, at least something that's worthwhile, not just something that's going to disappear after the next cycle, is really where do we want our canvas to be? If you're a painter, choose your canvas and choose your tools, something that could last, last cycles. And that's why we personally built on ETH, because that's just the canvas that we chose. It's not necessarily that everyone should be building on ETH. That's just the place and time, but we want to actually store what we are building for now, and then we'll see what happens in the foreseeable future.
Yeah, there's different use cases. I think that's the thing. Every chain has its pros and cons. But I also like Mog too, and that's tattooed on your leg. Which
Wait,
is
that's not a real tattoo, is it?
That's
a real tattoo.
It's so real.
3 and Mog tattooed
It's so
on
real.
Okay. Well,
so
first of
real.
all, thanks for pumping my back.
Yeah.
So I will say, there's interesting things. We're talking about Bitcoin, Solana have been hot topics of actually making money. ETH, not as much. However, the real hottest topic has been Blast for the past week or so. Guess what? Built off ETH. Don't tell anyone. It's actually don't keep that
ETH
a
is
secret
dead.
here, right? ETH is dead, right? But it's a thing where it's adopting principles of Solana. People are like, oh my god, we got fees that are cheaper. It's a little bit easier to use. We all know that after you use Solana for a couple of weeks, you go back to ETH and you go, I don't want to pay $25 to sell my stuff. I'm sad that I lost money. I don't want to pay $25. Now, something good happened though, Buckets, which is Gwei is so low right now. We're almost getting back down to normal, $2 to get out of some terrible bags.
Until the next hype mint.
Until the next hype
Just in
mint.
time for everyone to bridge their NFTs over to Solana.
Yes, yeah. So, we are seeing ETH still be used. It's just used at this L2 level. And we used to always say that ETH was for the high-end stuff, high-end art, your Fidenzas and Squiggles. And Bitcoin's kind of started to take that realm. You know? So, well, Al, how do you feel? So, wait.
I think it's still that. It hasn't really. Well, okay. Such a complex question. Provenance of generative art is very much on Ethereum, like smart contract art. No, let's turn back on. Okay, like smart contract art is this concept that is intricately tied to Ethereum, in my opinion. So in terms of like what crypto art looks like, there's a degree of it that you won't ever take away from Ethereum. But, you know, Ethereum NFTs were sold to us as these things that last forever on the blockchain, and they're not that. Like, you know, well, at least not the media certainly is not. And I think in terms of if you want art on chain that no one can ever get rid of, it's hard to argue against Bitcoin at this point. Like if, you know, the thing about Bitcoin is like 10-minute full finality of settlement on any transaction is actually a revolutionary invention. If you look at how the entire financial infrastructure of this world works, it's T plus a few days. That's how every settlement works. Like we have a thing, you know, 10 minutes on Bitcoin is like faster than anything else. I don't see why Ethereum for like...
48 minutes. 10
Usually 10 minutes, an hour. Even an hour is way faster than anything else regularly in the world. So, I mean, if you're paying for art from Sotheby's in dollars, like the finality of that settlement is several days later.
No,
like
it's actually months.
Yeah, word. So like let's not pretend it's a huge innovation, Bitcoin's finality, and the even given 10 minutes, 60 minutes block time, I want to hear it, buckets. But
that's why you put him in front row. You can see when he's upset. He shakes his head.
I love it.
It works great.
So I mean, in terms of the concept of what I want out of art on chain, I think Bitcoin has stolen a lot of what ETH's value prop was for art on chain, and I don't think that goes away. There's still a lot more you can do on ETH. Like it's, you know, being Turing complete is something that's almost memed. Like ETH is so at a sentiment bottom, it's actually ridiculous. Like
I love it.
People just
Keep
mock
hating
everything
on it.
about
Keep
it right
hating
now.
on
It's
it. I
actually
love it.
crazy. You can do anything. It's just very expensive if you need to do a lot of computation. Right? Oh, sorry.
Sorry, it's okay.
Oh
We
shit.
got cords going down here. There we go. New studio.
Yeah. I mean, it's just, I think Bitcoin is going to steal a lot of the fine art market because there's not a need to transact within, like, under a minute. There's not this huge need to transact fine art under a minute. Usually,
I need my Basquiat now.
But I think anything that's a little bit more elaborate is not naturally on Bitcoin.
Yeah.
Is kind of how it comes down to. Like, checks couldn't be done on Bitcoin, right? Like Jack Butcher's checks.
Until
like
OpCat, as Udi would say. Okay, sorry, Udi.
yeah.
Don't worry. Okay, OpCat's coming. Okay, I swear.
We should. If you look at the top 10 collections right now, not one is fine art, right?
Agreed. It's not a meta at all right now.
Yeah,
Go to the top 10.
Come on, Bitcoin.
Go to the top
puppets.
10.
So
Go to the
thank
top
you,
10
yes.
of ETH. Not one is fine art.
I'm saying
Go to the top 10 of any chain.
That's my point.
Go to the top 10 of USD.
Yeah, that's my point. Narrative is driven by money. It's not driven by
agreed.
anything else, right? So like, where is it all going to
Or
go
world
to? I
peace.
agree with you. I would put fine art on Bitcoin, even though I built on ETH, right?
Yeah.
I'd put that. But like again, it's all this stuff that you just discussed is a lot of slower moving progressions in terms of how people are actually going to release stuff into space, not necessarily about what is relevant right now.
Well,
I feel like what lasts on Bitcoin is specifically like things orchestrated for provenance, right? I feel like that's the only thing that really lasts there. I mean, like you see a ton of collections like pump and die instantly on Bitcoin unless they're like orchestrated to last.
No, that's just NFTs.
I mean, yeah, that's just NFTs, but like on Bitcoin specifically,
99% of them
the fine
die.
art argument
Just get
is
bored.
valid because like, I mean, unless you're like a Bitcoin puppets or a Node Monkeys, you're not gonna last too long on Bitcoin. I mean, there are a few.
that's-
like it's
that's not a-
Pepes. It's Pepes.
That's not a chain thing.
Well,
That's
it's
not
not
a chain
We've been
thing.
out here for a year and a half, but yeah, no, we're very small, so you
Well,
can't
like,
even compare it.
blobs are new-ish, right? Still, and they have insane volume,
I
and
feel
they
like Blob's parent collection is not new though.
What parent collection?
It's underground. My boy told me about it. I'm not going to pretend to know, but they definitely have a parent collection that when you owned enough.
Yeah, but they never minted. They never distributed, so that's. Cyberpunk Ghost did.
I know a few.
Taproot Wizard honorary.
Yeah, it's like Taproot
Vegan,
Wizard.
I've been told by Monster Mike to ask you, because you can't see chat or wherever he's writing.
You're delivering arguments to me.
Yeah.
from
By the
other
way, I
people.
love that.
Right?
I love
I'm
that.
from
Say hi.
Monster
Say
Mike.
hi.
It
to
better
him.
be a good argument.
Can
Say
you
hi.
release? He's watching. He says, tell Began to name a single fine art collection on ordinals, just one.
A single fine. I mean, Hardo.
Inscribe
Vivid.
fakes.
Okay, we got Inscribe fakes. There we go. I was
Isn't
gonna say
Thank
that
You
one.
X doing a
We
bunch
just
of
put
stuff
the biggest
Thank you,
inscription
X,
in
for
history
raising
on
1 and
chain
2.
and Jack Butcher
The one's
101.
Jack Butcher.
Okay,
Mike, where are you?
Yeah, Mike.
Richard Nadler's. I can't
Richard
say the last
Nadler.
name.
Oh,
Okay,
Kevin
cool.
Abosh.
There we go. Okay, cool. Rip Cash's Swarm.
Rip
Tell me he's
Cash's
getting
Swarm.
roasted live.
Yes!
Let's keep going. Everyone's keep going. It's okay.
X Solo's Le Petit Mort
Mike, you
is
could've-
one of the most innovative things that was ever done on Bitcoin. Like that's the first collection that figured out how to stitch together multiple component pieces of media to create a very high quality GIF that is hosted forever on Bitcoin with recursion. I think it's not as developed an ecosystem, the art ecosystem. Like it's absolutely, in fact, that's why you should be buying it, in my opinion. Like hasn't caught a bid yet. That's
Yeah.
an opportunity.
Yeah,
right?
Mike, I've invited you to Bitcoin many times, made intros, and it's up to you.
Yeah,
So.
yeah. Well, no. There's the thing too. If you look at early ETH art, like the most like high end, we care the most. If you talk about ETH NFT art that we think is important, autoglyphs is at the tippy top of that. That is very minimal, very not complicated art. And they specifically tried to make more complicated art. They couldn't fit it on chain. They had to scale it back. We're seeing the same thing happen right now on Bitcoin. We're like, oh my God, it's not that complicated. We have way wilder shit over here. It's like, yeah, I know. It's a new fucking complicated medium. Look at how important autoglyphs are in this medium. The same thing, dealing with compression, dealing with how much data you can put on there, dealing with recursion, all these things is happening here, okay? Terraforms aren't on Bitcoin, okay?
No, but I'm talking about in relationship to autoglyphs.
Terraforms are
Who's in charge of this this video?
That's
right
Rosamund right there. Just yell at him.
Bro, get off OpenSea. What are you doing right now?
Oh, yeah, get him on.
OpenSea is crazy.
Damn, you can buy one of these for 170 now? Shit.
But like there's still like I mean just this week we saw the Epic thing go.
Yep.
Like that's wild, right? That they use like React.js to basically create something that's just like would otherwise not exist on Bitcoin. We're seeing things like that like happening like consistently, right? So it's like there's people using the tech to their advantage and building things that like most people wouldn't even think of building.
So like based on the Epic video, that was the whole inscription inscribed on the Epic sat. Dude, it took them 1 year to get every single library recursively used in that inscription on chain. It was not a time. You cannot
So
do
they're
that
just
6 months
lazy?
ago, a year ago. Like it took a year. It costs a lot of money to get the data on. It takes a lot of time to get the libraries on. Like it takes everything to work. But like now that we have it and that we now have all 60 libraries, like this insane thing is on chain forever. Audio, music, the entire library, and anybody on the chain, because this team has inscribed, specifically shout out to like the whole Cypherpunk Lab team. Anyone on chain could now refer to any of these libraries and make their own sick inscriptions without having to do that hard work because they did it for you. It's an insane thing, and it just like progresses over time.
Yeah, so I will say there's this weird thing. 'Cause we are talking like we're getting into like very nerdy like territory where you don't need these libraries, quote unquote, to like inscribe something on chain. It's just in case the whole world collapses. You're like, the code might not be available. What happens if this is inscribing libraries on chain? Is if the world like collapses?
No, we need them on
But
chain
that's
to
exactly
refer to
why.
them.
Well,
on
that's
chain.
the ethos of
Yes.
Bitcoin,
Yes.
right? Like if the monetary system collapses, we have Bitcoin. If I think that is it. It's like you have no dependencies outside of Bitcoin is the ethos of what everyone is
on
trying.
top of that, the dependencies of people using it as well. You know,
Well,
like
yeah, always.
Yeah, of course.
Always.
Yeah, I just wanted to
'cause
make sure.
otherwise it's all worthless.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
literally all worth zero. Fundamentally, it's all worthless.
So it's funny. I think a lot of the debate that's happening here is that before it was really ETH and then like Solana, and then Bitcoin came out and kind of took ETH's lunch in terms of like the fine art stuff, and then everyone was like, "Whoa, Solana!" Like for whatever reason, we all just got sick of paying fees, and Solana kind of took over, and me and all my friends were like, "This is way more fun. I love
way
making
better.
money. This is
Way
way
better.
better.
Just
This
way
is
better."
way better." And so then Solana took its lunch in terms of like trading faster, and those two communities split, and everyone's in ETH going, "What the fuck's in the middle?" Now Blast kind of took up that a little bit, but it's that's a lot of ETH people being like, "Yes, I can pay like cheaper fees." So I'm kind of curious, Max, like, are you like recruiting like ETH Blast people over to Solana in the past like couple months or weeks, or are you just like, yeah, who is the new people that are coming over to Sol XYZ?
That's a good question. I think like a couple things that I think about is like one thing is like in terms of new projects that we've been onboarding, a lot of them have come from Ethereum. So that's been like really cool. And then I think like the other thing is for me personally, like I've actually been on Solana for 2.5 years now. And so like when I first was on Solana, right, it wasn't like the cool thing to be on. It was just like I thought about, because I'm a software engineer, like that's my background, from like first principles of like oh, like it kind of sucks using blockchains that cost me like $100 for a transaction, and like I don't think that realistically like beats me using like Venmo to pay my friends. And so that's kind of what I saw was like the opportunity for Solana was that it was like, oh, this is actually like a 10x improvement over like the current, like at the time it was like Ethereum was basically the most popular thing. And I think, you know, that's kind of also the way I like to think about, you know, with this whole debate of like other chains like L2s and like, you know, obviously like I've looked at like Aptos and Sui and like now like I guess Monad is, you know, kind of hot. And it's like the thing that I really try to figure out is like fundamentally like what makes this chain 10 times better than Solana or 10 times better than any other alternative.
Yeah, that's interesting.
I have an interesting thought about that. So I think Solana, so like obviously a higher throughput chain can be made, right? Like there's all these people who are
higher than Solana
who are selling a Solana killer now because
Solana's
Solana is meta. But my sense of why Solana really survived is its NFT community. Like more than anything else, there was a group of people who were just diehard for Solana at all times. Even like at sentiment bottom, there was a group of people who were just Solana bros, no matter what.
Yeah, I was
Right.
one of those. I was one of those people, right? I had all of our VCs telling us to go to Ethereum, and then I was like, I'll think about it, but probably not. I think that is like a very unique selling point of Solana is it really has a great community.
Culture.
I think my only kind of like thing on the like, oh, it's not hard to build a 10 times faster chain. I actually think it's very hard.
Word.
And I think that's like kind of what like the Solana, because like Solana had like Solana killers like even in the last cycle when I was like, it was like May 2022, I think, like Avalanche was like hot, right? And like there was and then I think like more recently, I think maybe like 9-10 months ago, it was like Aptos and then it was Sui, right? And those were kind of like the theoretical faster chains than Solana.
Now it's going to be Monad.
Yeah, stuff like that. And I think in practice, it's actually like really hard to actually be 10 times, because like the theoretical throughput of the chain is not the same as like the actual throughput. And then like Solana also has like an update for the client called like Fire Dancer. I think like theoretically that's supposed to be 1 million TPS. I think this probably won't be 1 million TPS, but like I think getting to that 10x is like progressively getting harder. And then I think the other things that I think about as well is like on the technical side, obviously the decentralization, like Solana actually has like a very high Nakamoto coefficient. And then the other part that makes it super sticky and hard for, let's say there was a chain that was invented tomorrow and it's like, you know, 100 times faster than Solana. What's hard is the network effects that Solana's already built. So that's like kind of the community that it has, but also like all of the developers that have built like fun applications on top of it. Like I've spent like 2.5 years building Sniper with like my friends, right? And it's like, it's kind of hard for me to see that same like application ecosystem just like move overnight to like any other chain.
Well, there's something so interesting because like as a developer as well, I love people who are like, theoretically, we have this TPS. Like, I've done load testing at the largest companies ever. No, the people act insane. You're like, if everyone acts as perfectly reasonable humans, then this is exactly how it will work. And then you find out what's happening. They have 40 browsers open. They're clicking on 1,000. Like, oh my God, they're acting insane. They have 50 wallets. They're botting. Like, humans don't act rationally as they interact with software. No one knows how much traffic they can handle until they get actual real traffic.
Yeah.
You cannot fake load testing.
Yeah,
Don't even get me started.
Yeah, when we launched our game, we did like a public test, and like went down for like an hour in the beginning. People were like, "You guys had all this time to like prepare." I'm just like, "Shut the fuck up!" Like, no matter what you do, you will get attacked in a vector that you don't know that you're not expecting. It's just a rule.
Exactly. And also, I love people who are like, we're going to make something like higher TPS. Like, you don't have any people. Like, you have no one. You keep saying, and guess what? The moment you get people, everything fails. And so you're like, oh, great. You have great theoretical TPS, transactions per second. No one will ever see that happen because by the time you hit 1,000, it'll go down and then no one will care. Galavis.
Yeah, and I think it's important right now to remind us that tokenization of the world has arrived. So everything that we know it's going to be tokenized. Everything from your birth certificate all the way to your death certificate and everything in between. So I think the whole concept of thinking as a maxi chain is just going to limit yourself from embracing what's coming, into the new world that we've been like experimenting with, because we have been the lab rats, we have been the experiment, but now we're talking about real finance, real tokenization. So we have to embrace each other. We have to embrace all blockchains, because someone's gonna have to put your food coupons on chain, and someone's gonna have to
Filecoin.
Well, Charles, that's a message for you, Charles.
Yo, what?
Well, no. So Galvis, a great point, but it's actually kind of a good like transition, because there's so many new chains.
What chain do you think all that's going to be inscribed on?
No, each one's gonna be different chains. Coupon chains, Cardano.
Yeah, I mean, we have like 1 trillion banks, right? So it's kind of the same concept. It's not like, oh, these are the people that we trust with our money. That's, you've your bank and I have my bank, and we go our own ways, and it's still the banks.
I mean, I think the first big tokenization in the financial realm, we're gonna see where BlackRock puts those $200 million that they got into Ethereum. In Ethereum they did, but
boomers.
We don't know. We don't know if it's going to be real estate, if it's going to be stocks. So that's the beginning of what's coming.
Wait, wait, real quick. This is the problem. So I'm totally with you, Galvis. But like, there's so many new chains. Like even the past year, I have friends that I lost to Sui. I have friends that I've lost to Blast. The ones that I lost to Blast, they won't return my calls anymore. The Sui ones, oh my God, they're just like, bro, let's hang out, let's go bowling, let's do something here. There's Monad ones, we don't know where they're at yet. Like, we don't know. Maybe in 6 months from now, they won't return my calls. Maybe they'll want to hang out with me. So many new chains coming out. Like, how do you actually evaluate? I need to put time. This one actually is worth, something. Like, Max, you've actually done it where you educate people on runes or new things that are like, cutting edge. Yeah. How do you say, okay, great, I'll make a Monad video, or I'm not getting tricked by these goddamn VCs for another chain? Like,
yeah. No, that's a interesting question, because I came from the journalism world, and like being a journalist for any kind of like published media, it's very much so what the VCs are funding, what we're kind of being told. That there's a complete narrative that like journalists have to follow, especially when they're with specific channels. And so for me, like in doing my own content, it's very much so what do the people actually want to talk about, or what is actually like relevant. And that's where education comes in, because for runes, every single one of my Solana friends were saying, oh, I'm sidelined, and I knew they were going to be like so upset, I didn't get into runes because there was no one to like educate, and I'm always the one kind of saying like, is there a video on this, is there a thread on this, like hello. And the second I see that that there's like a demand for something and the market has nothing to supply with it, it's like that's the opportunity. And that's exactly what I've done with Solana. That's what I did with runes, 404s and hybrid DeFi right now. It's like what everyone's kind of talking about, what people have a lot of questions about, but yet there's no one really putting out like a concise, digestible piece of content where it's just like, here's your answers. And it's an attention economy, right? So you have to be there right then and there, and you have to make it very short, otherwise you'll lose everybody.
And it can't be text either, because people don't read.
Nobody in crypto reads.
Video's fun. Again, coming from media channels, articles aren't read anymore, where I could send my video to my grandfather and he'll understand it 45 seconds later.
Real quick, videos though with text, because people 80%
videos
of
with text is great.
Yeah.
You mean captions? They're called captions, Troy.
No.
You're an actor, you know this.
Fun fact, you fucking children. I will fucking destroy.
Pull up his IMDb.
Yeah, pull it up.
No, dude, pull it up.
Let's go IMDb.
No, 80% of people scroll without the sound on. So just wanted you to know that.
80% of people are deaf. I don't think that's a true fact. Okay.
You children.
So Max, you haven't made a Monad video, correct?
No, I haven't.
So how
I'm
what's
doing
the
it before you. I'm doing it before you.
OG, you're racing. Actually, OG, you're in the same boat too. Like, how do you know? Like, okay, it's hit a level where I gotta talk about it. I gotta do something. I gotta like research into it. Because honestly, I'll tell you what, I get a lot of DMs and it's like, we have a brand new chain. It's got a huge TPS, and I'm like, nope, like not talking about it.
Yeah,
I just wait until I see.
Because the demand has to be there as well. You listen in on spaces, and there's a lot of people asking questions about the same things. It's like, hello, is somebody going to really digest this and like make it just easy for people to understand. Like I said from like the very beginning, it's so hard to stay up to date with everything, and like people don't even have time to ask the right questions because there's already something else being pushed into their face. And so just finding a way to make it like, all right, this is the meta today, let's see how we can, you know, educate around it. That's kind of the way, and then making that a little bit fun as well.
Okay, apparently Monster Mike was texting me too. I didn't even realize it. He wanted to know.
Tell him to come
He
to the
can pull
fucking
up.
show.
Yeah.
He wants
He's
an
sick.
opinion.
He said he's sick. He would love to come, but he says, can you ask people's thoughts on ZK Sync?
Hold on, let me talk on this real quick.
Content.
I think Max absolutely spit. When you get to the point where people are asking a ton of questions and nobody really has all the answers, that's at the point where you make the video. That's the point where you make the digestible information for them. Like Monad is a perfect example. I know like everybody's talking about Monad. There's like 10 people who know what it is. There's like 10 people who can.
Red guy invented Monad.
Yeah,
he coded Monad. That's what I thought. That's what I thought. Right? Is that not true?
Literally, all I know is that Ansem said it was a play.
Okay.
That's all I know.
That's all you needed to know.
Well, there's reactionary content and proactive content.
Yeah.
Right? And 99.9% of this space is reactionary content because that's what gets the space. That's what gets the clicks. You know, people hear about something, see something, and they're like, oh, they're talking about this thing I just heard, right? Then there's proactive content, like people like Jen who created content for Blast, like predicted a trend, went balls to the wall, and is killing it, right?
Yeah.
So there's that strategy, but then it tends to basically mark you as the Blast expert. And a lot of creators don't want to be known as, oh, you are the expert on X, Y, and Z. And if you ever talk about anything else, I don't want to hear from you. Because you're like, if Jen makes a video on Solana, am I listening to it? Probably not. Even though she might have something to say about it, right? Because she kind of branded herself. But by doing so, cornered the market in a specific type of content. So there's different ways of analyzing content, being able to create it to make sure that, like, again, to each their own when it comes to creators, how they want to present their content to the world.
Well, there is. It's a sad thing. Where like, if you are a person who says, "I'm the Cardano expert," and then no one makes money from Cardano, everyone's like, "Fuck you."
No, this
if
is
you are Gen Blast expert, and someone goes, "Thank you, I just printed this week. I'm paying my rent." They go, "What you got, Jen? Solana, Sui, whatever." I will listen to whatever Jen's next play. We will listen to because she printed the last one.
No, I'm so happy people mentioned Jen because she's absolutely slaughtering it, and it's exactly because she predicted something correctly.
Yes.
Yeah, she discovered it.
Yeah, see, basically she made Blast, right?
Well, she invented Blast.
Yeah,
she coded Blast.
Discovered the
Red guy
invention.
coded Monad.
So I mean, I've been on the back end of like thinking you found something, and then just like full going full force into it. Ether, like RIP that. I don't want to talk about it, but like, but definitely. There's times where you take the L when you actually go full throttle into something, like thinking you got the next big thing.
Yeah.
But like there are those few individuals, shout out Jen, shout out like War Daddy, those people who just jumped on Blast initially and just like researched their fucking heart out, then got it like aced it. Very few people actually nail that though.
Well, there's just an inherent risk to like wanting to be first, right? I mean, you have to pick a lane and like the spoils go to the people who picked right, and everybody else is dead, and then they move on.
I mean, like,
did with Ordinals.
Well, exactly.
With Ordinals.
I mean, people are still talking about XRP. Like,
you champion something, and you champion something Zero or Valhalla.
That's
like,
fucking
you
right.
champion it one way or the other, and you stand by what you championed. And then even if it goes to zero and you championed it, people still respect you.
That's right.
Yeah.
You stood
have
on
a perspective.
Bro. I actually like. I really
totally
think
agree
this.
with that.
You stood on business. You took an L. No one's right all the time.
oh, no one's right all the time.
Well, like
you're gonna
okay,
get
so
mad
do
flack
we
for
only
it, though.
idolize people who are always right in trades, or do we idolize people who actually take a stand on different things?
You gotta idolize people who take L's publicly.
That's
yeah,
right.
That's what I'm saying.
Own it.
Literally,
You own it.
Literally
You
what
own
I'm
it.
saying.
No, I
You
like
go
that.
for it and you lose, and then you like own it when that happens.
Well, so
And
Ordinals.
people still respect you.
If you start bitching though, then people are gonna lose respect.
Then you're a bitch. Then you're a bitch.
I mean, there's no rule book. Like, there's no, like, here's how to do what we're doing. This is all experimental. We're all trying things out. You know, if you
fucking
want to go to
crypto
another
degens.
chain, you want to go to another project and see what it has to offer.
I mean,
you
people
know?
bet on
It's-
games because the analysts, they have 4 commentators talking about who their wins are. It's the same shit.
Exactly.
Well, there's one crazy thing, and Ordinal's a great example because you will go through down periods. That's the weird thing that people don't
bro.
talk about. Where it's like,
Oh,
I
bro.
knew
You
Ordinal
think?
people who were Ordinal
my
maxis.
God.
Troy might have been in one of them, and everyone for like 3 months like, loser, you're broke, idiot.
Stop trying
They
to
go, "Fine,
orange pill
I'm
me."
buying.
No,
I'm buying.
wiped
I'm
our
buying.
asses with them for 3 months straight right
yeah.
after that.
Most-
Exactly.
Just
Like,
FUD with
it was-
caution.
when the elderly talk, please. So seriously, just before I throw
Respect
you
your
out here.
elders. Let's get it right.
You know, most of,
Pull up his
the,
IMDb.
most of the OGs had strong enough backs to realize they're not leaving, realizing that shitcoin season last summer on ETH was happening. I still went there, but I stayed in ordinals. We have strong backs over there, so it makes sense. But yeah,
agreed. Well, I think the capacity to be made fun of is a very big superpower in this community.
Yeah,
Because guess what?
self-deprecation.
If you're in crypto, it's embarrassing.
I
Have you
think-
ever told a normal person, like, what do you do for a living? It's like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. Never mind.
I
Like,
think,
they-
I think you
tell
nailed
normal
it.
people?
You definitely nailed it on that. I've definitely first off, if I told a girl that I meet randomly that I'm on
You
Twitter,
telling girls? Come on,
No,
OG,
if you tell
you're
a
too
girl that
young.
you're on
Just
Twitter,
try being
she's
a
like,
girl
you're a
and
fucking
telling them you
weirdo.
work in crypto.
But like, I think
true.
Thread Guy made like a crazy good point. Like, you have to embrace being a meme. Like, if you take a huge L publicly, you just have to be the meme. Like, there's no getting around it. You got to take that L and embrace it to the fullest.
It's no
Could
ego.
not agree
it's,
more.
It's zero ego.
I mean,
Ego
it's
kills
the
everything.
fastest way. I mean, you have to pivot, and you're getting the news unadulterated right then. Your shit sucks. Mint didn't go well. Pivot.
Yeah.
You fucking suck. I'm
Also,
here.
Show
I
got
want to say,
canceled.
I want to
Pivot.
say,
Unless you're
this
ETH,
is my
then
sentiment test of
no one-
crypto. This is the #1 sentiment test I use, is that I'm actually fully forthcoming on dates about what I do for a living. And how enthusiastic are they about it? Because they should not be enthusiastic. It's ridiculous.
You like it? I
Do you
gotta
pull
go.
out the
Oh
furry
no.
Why do you? Okay.
Yo, BK,
Red flag.
Crypto, and NFTs.
If she
Jesus.
asks, let me see
Yeah.
your wallet, I gotta go.
It has gotten the reception of that statement has gotten significantly better over the past few months. It's a bull market.
That slipped out at the end.
That's bull market talk.
Yeah, and generally, if you're being made fun of or being trolled, and you know that you haven't been in other places and you have a big network, bullish. You should be bullish on yourself that you're getting trolled and being made fun of.
That's right.
If you know you're in the championship circle, more than you're in the loser.
Are we in the
circle.
championship circle?
Is this
Troy?
the
Please tell us.
circle?
Are we? Are we?
Yeah.
Just tell
I
me.
would-
Are
I
we
would
in it?
kinda
make it.
Are we gonna make it?
Is
I
this the
wouldn't
top?
show up here if you guys weren't in there because
I don't know.
yeah.
I don't know about that.
Oh gosh, we can't
sure-
fud
I mean, I
I
ourselves
think
now.
you guys are all champions. You know.
You're a champion.
Well,
We're all delusional psychopaths.
yeah. What's the
and it's all
definition of
Everybody
being
here,
of being right?
Making money.
There you go.
We said it in unison. That's the answer.
Money.
Yeah.
I don't come here for friends, dude. I come here to fucking.
I'm not here to make
Shut
friends. He
up,
says that
you
every single
liar.
time. He goes to the confession room, which also new studio. We have a confession
No,
room,
there's
real
not.
world
Dear
style.
God, help me,
And
Lord.
Troy's
Dear-
done 3 confessions already, and he keeps saying every time,
Oh, boy.
"I'm not here to make friends. I'm here to win." I'm
Dear
like,
God, help me,
why
Lord.
do you
I'm so
keep
sorry.
saying
Forgive
this?
me.
I'm the
Blowing you
producer.
up.
I know you. Okay, like so.
Dear God, forgive me for I've sinned. Please help me.
He thinks we're voting on the show. We haven't told him yet. So okay.
Text 5679 for this guy.
All right, so it is kind of a crazy world because like right now it's funny. We've been doing the show for 2 years now, so we've watched it. It was all ETH people, and I hate to say it.
Wait,
You know
we just got to season 2?
just season 2, just right now, 2 years, 2 years season 1. Now
Yeah,
season
what was
2.
it? What was the date of the first show, by the way?
2 years ago.
Don't-
You don't have a month? You don't have a month?
No, I don't. I'm in crypto, bro. I'm like, and like
What
the
is
day
time?
that it happened,
What is
I like,
time?
Yeah.
yeah. I think I have some footage of it, but
gotta
like,
go.
my life's been a blur. Okay. However, I will say we used to call Solana something. I don't want to say it out loud, but we used to say, "Oh, you're on Solana."
Solana's
That's
for the
change
poor.
Say it.
Solana's for the poor.
for the poor.
My ordinals are wearing a
it
Solana
was
shirt.
literally a common phrase of "for the poor," right?
Not anymore.
Not
look
anymore.
at
Not
you.
anymore. No, then ETH got real dark, and then all of a sudden, literally, I watched 1,000 ETH guys, myself including, like, so how does it's Photon? It's Telegram. Like, how do you use it? What's going on?
You
And
guys didn't
then-
even know about Bonkbot?
Oh, yeah, Bonkbot. Wait, isn't that like a shilling thing? Why do you know how to use that? Then next happened the Bitcoin like revolution. And everyone that we made fun of for 3 months, and all of a sudden it was like, wait, how much are those worth? OMBs are what? Like, how do you buy it? Like, what's this? V-bytes? What the hell is that? Right? It's like we've watched these trends happen over and over again. The thing is when do you hop to the next one? It's really hard. It's not about hopping. It's like when do you educate? Because guess what? There's others we didn't hop on. I didn't
When it's
do the
not the
Sui.
trend is when you
Yeah.
hop on it. You
It's
hop
cool.
on it.
I
It's
never
cool to
did
be
Sui,
early.
and I'm happy. I lost a friend to Sui, and
It's
then
cool
he
to
came
be
back.
early.
Like all my ordinals
It's cool.
buys over like when it was hot were the wrong move is the truth. Like Sol Shitcoin Casino was the greatest thing in the world at the same time. Like that was way higher upside. Now it's ordinals and runes buying season. Like it's sentiment bottom. People have moved on mentally to other things. That's how I look at it.
where people are not looking is, and you expect attention to return at some point, is where you should be buying.
Yeah. And not just hop on it, just like pay attention to what's coming into your neighborhood and look at it. Like when you go to a neighborhood to go look for a place to live, you should go there also at night because that's when it really is the neighborhood. And you see like, oh shit,
Troy, we're in Venice. We don't buy houses in this neighborhood. Do you see where we're at? We can't afford this.
I'm relating to the idea that when ordinals came in, it was like, oh, you can't ignore this.
I'm scared of the nighttime ordinals.
No, but no, this is. So I feel like a sentiment, right? Like when you see something ordinals, it got down. People were all shitting on it, and guess what? All of my friends who were like, "No, you're all wrong." They all printed the most. They did the best.
We made the most money.
They did. No, I know that.
I mean,
All
isn't that
Shitcoin
what's
Casino made more money than Ordinals, I think.
This is
Actually,
what's going on with runes, though. Like everyone
Right now?
now is saying runes are dead, and it's like, well.
Well, there's
you also
guys
could-
with double furry
You
suits
also
in front
could
of us.
buy
So.
right now, and maybe you'll be early.
No,
in,
there.
a couple
No, so
months.
here's the trick. If if other people are calling you dead, that's when you turn it into an anthem, and it will become another anthem. It already has been. You know, the fact there isn't a 10-song fucking album about it right now is pretty.
But see, the problem is we have survivorship bias. We're like, dude, look at Ordinals. They were dead and now they're big. You're like, dude, Cardano, Sui. There's 1,000 other chains in worlds that I had friends that Aptos. Dude, I went all in on Aptos. Like they lost all their money on it. Like it's not everything that's low goes up, right? It's not it's things are low. There's some real tangible community thing there to go. How do you recognize there's some like people there that will be there when it gets bigger? You know what I mean? Like the ooze of the ordinal people. The ooze. When Solana was down, I had Solana friends who wouldn't shut the fuck up. Shut up, dude. I'm making money. Trust me, I'm printing. I'm turning one soul into three soul. And I was like, okay.
It's how we do too. But like, just
you know when
there's a core cult in Ordinals, and they're not going fucking anywhere.
So
and
look for
they'll
cults.
shit on you as soon as they're up again.
I hate to say it, but there's a core cult in fucking Cardano NFTs, and they are. It just because it
That
has
is why Cardano has however many billion-dollar market cap it has right now. Is
But
the
you
thing.
can't make money in Cardano though. You can't make money. That's the problem. You know.
But
It's
can
like,
we go back to totally could though.
You know, you can.
Oh, really? How?
Oh.
Bears think explain. Give me the strat.
No, I'm not going to talk about
Short it.
Cardano. No,
Yeah.
But back to your question, this idea of like, how do you know what's going to happen next? You look at people who don't give a fuck about what anything else is going on, and they're just like doing their thing. That's when you know. It's like it's literally right in front of you. When you look and you pay attention, you're like, okay, these people are building all the tools. And by the way, all the tools look just like the tools from the chain before. How weird is that? And then you start seeing them build all these protocols that are very similar, but a little bit different based on the chain that they're on. That's when you know.
So
It's
people
when
who are
give a
blindly
fuck.
delusional.
Cults.
Yes. Okay, cool.
Forgotten cults. Forgotten cults. That's
Okay,
when you
gotta
know.
go. They are sponsors. They get one. That's why we're
Fuck you.
I like the sponsor says "fuck you, dude." I'm trying my hardest out here. I'm trying to give him his money. Okay.
I'm inscribing that audio.
You're undercutting.
Buckets, just say it. Just say it
Let's
out
hear it.
loud.
There was too much in there. But
Okay, fair.
No,
Sorry.
so
Paint it for us like an artist.
I would say that like you could have conviction in something and then believe it and like double down on it when like everyone else is calling it dead. But like if something else is printing at the current moment, you're gonna run there. Right?
Not me.
Yeah, and then you'll miss it, and then you'll chase the next thing.
Not
and you'll
me.
miss that,
That's how
and then
you
you'll
lose
miss the next
money.
thing.
Depends where in the cycle you're talking
No,
about.
like
so like
okay,
when
so
Sol
you-
Casino started, yes, right? But like if you're buying, well, even now is a good time to buy probably the Sol Casino. But if you were buying with
We
$5,
gotta hear his bag real fast.
Like, you
Financial
could still,
yeah.
the thing is, you could still print on Sol now.
Yes, absolutely.
Right?
Yeah,
so like that's the thing. It's like, okay, let's say you're doubling down on something. And simultaneously someone else was doubling down on something else, but that hit first. People are going to transfer there, even though you have conviction in your initial thing. We are inherently reactionary.
Agreed.
We are inherently
The
reactionary.
lowest information buyer in the market, which dominates the market, like that is the Cyclops eye of liquidity that moves from place to place, is doing exactly what you're saying.
And also,
100%.
like, when people say, like, remember my call on IRL Alpha about runes? Like, I was pretty much right. And I didn't want to
Wait, what was the take?
I do it.
Sell before
I've actually brought this up. He said
Which we did.
ordinals in general with runes as the piggyback is going to have a rude awakening and their first fail kind of thing, kind of like Mike Tyson losing for the first time.
And so what counts?
He has two first dudes in front of him. Keep
That's
going.
not the point. The fail was this. The fail was that every single ordinal that promised, like every single pre-rune, right, the inherent value of your airdrop ended up being way less than if you
Yeah.
just sold the pre-rune.
Undeniably.
Right? So like the inherent, and my whole point was the inherent monetization of ordinals in the backs of runes is eventually going to lead to a lot of people getting burnt, especially with inscription, like rune number 0, when a bunch of people were just sending money and burning it, which was terrible, right? And what I said is it was going to fail, not because the concept of runes is bad, it's because the initial rollout is not going to be what people are expected. People weren't prepared. People didn't set up their notes correctly. It was
like spam.
It was, and honestly, there was just a lot of fuck shit that was happening. A lot of people lost a lot of money when buying a fucking runestone for 0.09 Bitcoin, like spending thousands upon thousands of dollars to receive an airdrop because they thought runes was salvation. And that was my entire point in the first place. And now, if I'm saying that runes is dead, which it in comparison it kind of is, that doesn't mean that runes is not going to come back, and that's why you could double down on it now and it will be succeeding in the future. Exactly.
I've got 10 songs already in the studio.
But the difference is,
why are you smiling?
The difference is what's gonna the phoenix that will come out of the ashes of runes is gonna be a different phoenix that was launched back in halving.
Agreed.
Yes.
And I think
It's more
look,
like a
so the
pigeon.
thing that no one
First
well, if you were like, first of all, buy the rumor, sell the news, right? Like obviously the clean trade.
What are the rumors?
The clean trade for all of runes was
to
like
sell.
sell before runes drops, because then there's execution risk. Then there's all these variables you don't really know about before. Like, yeah, 100.
Sell all your ordinals that were promising you runes too.
Agreed. I think so. Pre-runes, interestingly, also I think kind of screwed the initial runes ecosystem, right? Like, so if pre-runes had never happened, you would have had many runes starting at
Yeah, it would've been
zero-ish
healthy.
and going up,
Yeah.
right? Instead, you had 300 million market cap things coming into runes from the bat. You had 5 of them, and there's no depth or bid to support that kind of market cap, which is why I think it's actually totally possible we get a time-based capitulation where all market caps and runes take another 30 to 50% beating, at which point I am mortgaging the house type vibes. Yes, exactly. But like, yeah, no, I'm with you 100%. 100%.
It's
You
hard
guys
to
have houses to mortgage?
Back to nighttime shopping at houses.
Okay, fantastic. Okay.
Yeah.
You wait. You said time-based capitulation. Yes. Okay.
Yeah, there were a couple bangers in there.
What does that mean?
The eye of liquidity.
Oh, we're dumber here. Okay, like I'm dumb. I'm very stupid.
So basically, there's 2 reasons people capitulate. It's event-based capitulation or time-based capitulation. One is like something terrible and fuddy happens, and so everyone dumps, and the other is everyone gets so bored and they expected an upside much sooner that they start to sell. Right? So I think the time-based component of like people really thought runes were going to have instant, every rune billion-dollar market caps, mad volume, mad liquidity. Oh my God, right? And that's not happening. So all the impatient people who, which is most traders in this space, are very impatient, right? That's why most people lose. Are just like, they're going to get bored and they're going to sell. And so I could totally see a clip of all market caps to 30, 50, 60%, honestly. I don't think that's unrealistic.
Yeah.
I'm buying everything if that happens.
Yeah, yeah.
No, I want to. We'll both do it. We'll both do it.
You guys are on live. I'm hearing you through the mic.
Hey.
Yeah. I'm hearing your plays.
Troy, do you
out
have a
loud.
comment? Or you just like you now you're
It's
just
so casual.
you want to move the seat over there?
Would you like to
Okay,
come
it's
here?
okay, I
Would you
will.
like to join? Would
I
you like
will.
to
It's
join?
so relaxing in here.
Look at this fucking
sorry,
place.
this is
Season
fun
2.
here. Okay, so this is interesting. This is one of the things we are going to talk about through the whole, I don't know, SocialFi, DeFi, Ordinal, Rune Summer. We don't know what summer we're having. We still don't know. Solana.
Always Solana.
Oh, you do? Okay, let's just hear it. Bear Snake, let's hear a prediction. No, give me. It has to rhyme. It's got to be catchy. It better be SocialFi, Summer,
you're
DeFi.
You're gonna hate this answer. You're
If
gonna
you
hate
say
the
Forgotten Rune Wizard called
No,
Summer,
I'm not.
I will allow it because you sponsor.
No,
but
I'm not gonna
that's
say that.
Only you.
No,
you
no,
guys
no,
can't.
I'm not gonna say that. What I'm gonna say is like, this is a trap.
What are you about to say?
No.
I'm scared.
I just feel like. I'm gonna pass on the question. I'm gonna
Oh
pass on the
no!
question.
Say it.
Now we have to know.
He's gonna say ETH Summer. Just say it and let's
No,
laugh
no,
at
no,
you.
no.
Let's clip
No,
it,
no, no.
everyone.
ETH fall, I
Clip
I'll come
chips.
back
Get
to
ready
it.
for it. Oh,
I'll
really?
come back to it.
Owl, what do you think? This
ETH
summer,
fall.
ETH
fall.
social, ETH fall.
I mean, look. Well, I have this sort of fear that, like, okay, if the entire ETH NFT ecosystem starts pumping, is that the beginning of the end? I'm trying to understand what I think about when that happens. I think it's a given that it happens, but is that like the last sort of bump of volume? I don't know yet. Like, I don't know. I don't know what I think yet. I think it's gonna pump. The entire ETH ecosystem is gonna pump so hard that everyone who didn't touch ETH is gonna regret their lives. Like, that is so obvious to me.
Yeah.
It's at a sentiment bottom right now. But when that happens, I don't know. when that happens, and what does it mean for the overall cycle?
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
Blank summer. That's you
I think
blank.
I
summer.
do think it's going to be chop. It's going to be chop in the summer for a while, and then my prediction, not financial advice, I'm an idiot, is like August things start to get interesting. I think something we don't even know is going to come, and it's going to like activate. And this is going to happen on whatever chain was like feeling max pain. ETH is going to be one of them, of course. And I also think things are going to get hit a lot harder than they are right now. People are like, oh, like it's gonna.
You're a bear snake.
I am a bear for now.
Send it all lower.
Send it all lower. It's gonna. It has to send lower. And then I just think like, you look at the ETFs. You look at like how those things typically work. And it takes a while for those products to actually reach market and actually even get pitched to people so they know to even invest in it. And so I think it's like chop all summer, starts to get interesting, maybe August, probably September. And I think by December, we're just jamming.
Well,
Yeah,
your
there's
thesis
an
is
election coming. I don't know. That was kind of
that is against.
Election for what? President of Twitter?
Yeah, I'm gonna have fun this summer on Solana and with hybrids, and then I think that everything else will follow. Once,
Don't get me wrong.
once
Everybody, there's
the macro
fun to be
world
had.
figures it out.
There's fun to be had.
But it's not going to be like, we just had the most PVE moment that I can remember. There was like 4 months of Bitcoin God candles up only. It was just like everything was sending, every altcoin was sending, and also their on-chain ecosystems were sending. It was, everyone could just throw darts at a dartboard again, blindfolded, and make money. It felt like 2021.
Yeah.
It was
We're
really
waiting an hour
insane.
for a block to pass again.
It also has to cool down. Like the thing that I was so worried about in the spring is that it was getting so overheated, and I was already worried about this cycle being at like way shorter than the last. Is that the hotter it runs, the shorter it's going to be. And so like I'm so happy. Like it doesn't even about like it's not about what I'm investing in. I just wanted it to cool off because we have to have sustainability, and the higher you go, the faster you go at that velocity. It just means it's going to come down, and so we want to find crypto's going to be boring soon. Like my brother-in-law is like a hedge fund dude, and he was like, "Oh, crypto's going to be boring soon." I'm like, "Well, it's not now, but you're right that it will get boring. It'll get less volatile," and so that's what.
And that's when you get time-based.
When crypto gets
Yes.
boring is when you make the most money. 100%.
When what?
When crypto gets boring is when you make the most money.
If you have the stuff to buy, then yes.
That's when we all retire.
I don't think. No. Well, maybe we will because we'll have our bags. But by the time it's boring, the volatility will go away, and now you're looking at like, oh well, I got 5% returns on Bitcoin. Like that's what's happening in 15 years.
There's always a
in 10 years.
super niche that's making like millions every day in crypto. Like everybody who's using Peppermint to snipe any shitcoin launch on Solana is getting absolutely bagged
Wait
up.
till regulation comes.
Then we might
Shut
be
your
fine.
mouth, Bear. Don't mention
Come on, bro.
it,
Why would
okay?
you
We
even
got
mention
Vince
that,
here.
bro?
Well, I live in a world.
Politics once we do that.
Yeah, no, we're not
Stone's
doing that.
throw
We're
from the election,
not
we're a
doing
stone's
that.
throw from politics.
I'm just saying it's
Let
gonna
it
get
go.
boring. That's what happens.
No, I'm with you. Boring. It's so funny. Talk to boomers, and they talk about like, dude, I'm getting 20% returns. Literally, imagine telling that to a crypto person. Like, I'm getting 20.
But
and
that's
like,
what's gonna happen.
They're like, in 5 minutes. Like, no, over a year, they would go, what are you talking? You would get laughed out.
Yeah, I look at 40. I'm like, God damn it.
Yeah, 40. What the hell's going on? So like, I think things will change. Okay, Max, blank summer. What's it gonna be?
Me again?
Yeah.
Oh,
No.
so it's Solana hybrid summer.
Okay, you think Solana hybrid
In
summer,
my
okay.
dreams, it's XR.
I think it's Solana summer.
Okay, break. Bro. So Solana's had, well, truthfully, it was kind of Solana spring, in my personal opinion. Like, all my ETH friends, we were Solanaing so hard, it was nasty.
Don't use Solana as a verb.
It is a verb. It is a verb. We were Solanaing hard, okay? So it already kind of had the spring of it. The tech didn't fundamentally change between it. We just are like, I don't know, we already had a good go of memes. Do we have fresh memes, maybe? Why is it going to be Solana summer?
I mean, like, I'm very biased because we're working really hard on this hybrid DeFi stuff, and I think it's just starting to get at least a little bit of traction, but I think there's still a lot more room to grow. So at least that's what kind of, like, at least the way I kind of see it is, like, NFTs, like, when you guys are talking about, like, you know, things like assets that are basically at the lowest of the, like, price sentiment, I think NFTs right now, like, across the board, Ethereum, Solana, basically any chain is, like, pretty grim. And I think like kind of the work we're doing in terms of like bringing the liquidity and the volume from the meme coins to the NFTs, I think that's really interesting. And so that's what I'm excited about.
Fascinating. Agreed.
Well, right now, if someone's like, "Oh man, like Bored Apes, they're like at the all-time low. I want to bet on them. No one wants to put up 12 ETH for them. You know what I mean?
Yeah, the
Mad
bar's
Lads-
still high. The bar's
yeah.
still high.
Take off again, or whenever
Yeah, but
you're
apes will be
feeling it.
way higher if that happens. So
No, but we're seeing like blue chips already bridge over and like start looking into more of like hybrid models, and so that kind of goes to show like the attention is on meme coins, NFTs are dead, and so how can we bridge the two and present something new for people to feel that way again? It's hybrid on any chain.
I've got shoot myself because of all the airdrops they got, and I look at them now like they're low now, and I go, let me look. No, they're too much money still. I don't want to make that investment. So for me, it makes sense to be like, okay, cool. I'll buy some of the tokens. There we go. I've got.
Just be a rude millionaire, dude. Billionaire. You'll be fine.
Oh, good idea. How?
Just buy some shit.
Okay, thank you, Troy. Okay, thank
Ooh,
you. Okay.
Also, summer prediction. Also, it's gonna be Kendrick summer.
Kendrick summer. It's a Kendrick summer.
It's gonna be a
we're in
Kendrick
LA.
summer.
Don't get me started.
Okay,
Don't
okay.
get me
Oh, but
started.
that BBL Drizzy song kind of fucking.
It fucking bumps.
Dude,
it really does.
Fuck.
Don't come at me with
That's
the Drake
first
shit.
Instrumental that has
Yes.
ever been created. It's a fucking
It is.
instrumental.
I
What
forgot
the
about
fuck?
I forgot about the fucking the battle. That's the vibe right there.
You know why? Because Troy's been in there recording. He's got a little voiceover studio. He's been dropping
Drop
the
it.
bars. It's been pretty hot.
Oh,
okay.
dude, I
Pick a
was
verse.
at the Booga Basement. You know what the Booga Basement is?
No.
Booga Basement is Wyclef Jean's grandmother's house he bought for her in East Orange, New Jersey, where they recorded Fuji's The Score. I used to rap there.
I actually did know all that,
Yeah, I've
but
been
now he
around,
revealed it.
motherfucker.
Okay.
That's,
You
by
guys
the way,
didn't
that's
know-
probably true.
It's fucking true.
Troy doesn't lie. He has an
It's fucking
IMDb. Okay, if you guys didn't know, this is our first show, season 2, episode 1, new venue. We're trying to stay here, okay? So let's all be very respectful, very nice. Not dump drinks on the ground.
down.
Because there's a bunch more stuff we can do here, hopefully every week. However, if you guys don't know, it's called IRL Alpha because we don't actually share alpha on stage. We share the alpha after IRL. So we have an after
Offline.
party, okay? Vibes Co. It's like 3 blocks away on Abbott. They got drinks. They got food. We're going to talk about a bunch of stuff. I'm actually going to hear what I'm going to buy right there. If you guys like the show, go online, like it, retweet it, put a comment right there. If you want to be on the show, hit up that guy in the corner, Rosamond with the beautiful little dog. Thank you, all of our guests. Max, Owl, Bear Snake. We'll be back next week. Love you all. Clean up. Don't dump drinks in the ground. Bye. Play some music, Jerry. We're done. Yeah, you're good. Run. Jerry, play some music.
Yeah, we can do like a fan around. Yep, we'll start over here now. Vegan, we live? We are live from the IRL Alpha Post Show. Thank you for joining us in. Let's see who we'll talk to today. Excuse me. I gotta go to the presidents of DGOTs. Oh, I'm sorry. Let me tap in first. My man Sonny, fresh from the Kentucky Derby. Bro, how was the Kentucky Derby, man? You guys were cooking with Cube up there.
Bro, Kentucky Derby was crazy. I'm not gonna lie. Like, the types of outfits and fucking hats that the women were wearing, the suits that the men were wearing, I was just trying to take it all in. Crazy times. And yeah, we were there on behalf of Cube and Photo Finish. Had some great views. The vibes all day were amazing, and we were going around talking to people, asking them would they bet on virtual horses. They were asking about Cube. Like, we talked a little crypto. It's funny because it's like sometimes you realize how early you are still when you're talking to some of the people out there. So it was a good time.
Yeah, that's definitely cool, man. And you guys cooked up something new, you and Mark. You guys are doing a D Weekly podcast, right? So tell us a little bit about D Weekly.
Yeah, man, we've been doing the podcast now for a few months. Steady, just continuing to grow it. We've been recording here, and we just recently been recording in Chicago as well at the Cube office. Shout out to them. They've been kind of sponsoring the content, just allowing us to keep doing what we're doing. And it's been a lot of fun. We've been having some great guests, having a good time. Come hang out with us. We got a weekly episode, so it's a vibe.
Oh, man, for those that don't know what Cube is, can you explain Cube?
Yeah, man. I mean, they're essentially just the fastest and cheapest exchange. It's self-custodial, so you always know your shit is there, and you can pull it out at any time. So it's definitely one of those things where, aside from that, I think they just really get it from a cultural standpoint. Shout out to the CEO Bartaj, board member Jordan, but they were actually around for some of the early days of Solana, and are even the reason that we're able to like mint NFTs and shit. You know what I mean? So just some true OGs and those types of people backing projects like that and trying to change the world with it. That's the type of company I want to be aligned with for sure.
Oh yeah, bro. Yo, man, Sonny, a pleasure, bro.
Always a pleasure, my dog.
Yeah, of course, man. Anytime, man.
This is sick. This new shit is sick.
The new studio, new vibes, season 2, new location, same vibes.
I need a season 2 panel. I need a panel at season 2. Let them know. Who do I got to tell? Rosenbaum or somebody.
So, right there, we'll put it out there. You, Frank, the D-Gods team. Let's get it going.
No, we got to get young Malcolm on the panel. Shout out to Malcolm. We got to get him out here and get him talking. You know, he just met Trump last night, low key. He was, save crypto.
Was that the Mogger? Was that the one with the?
Yes, sir.
We need Solana Jacob in this bitch. We need Solana Jake. Jakey, come through.
Hey, yo, Jakey.
Oh, Jakey. Yep, Solana Jakey.
You're in LA, bro. Hey, he's coming through. Actually, he's in Serbia right now, but we'll get him back to LA.
We'll get him back. Hopefully he makes it back in one piece.
Oh, yeah.
Hell yeah, bro. We'll get the D-Gods panel popping, man. Absolutely. Oh, there he is. Come here, OG. So, man, my man just came from Dubai, got stuck in Bahrain. Man, just been everywhere. Just landed in LA. His first IRL Alpha, man. How'd you like the show, bro?
Hey, first IRL Alpha. This place is sick, y'all. I really like the setup. I like the vibe. It's like an IRL space, and I'm there for it. Super sick, you know what I'm saying? I heard you talking about Sonny. I heard you talking to Sonny about Morgan.
Oh yeah.
You feel me? You know, I got a little something right here. Got a little tap for it. You feel me? But yo,
you don't want to get the Hunter Biden portrait of him smoking crack for Mog?
I don't know about that one. That'd be kind of wild to have on the body. No cap. But yo, got stuck in Bahrain and then straight to Dubai. Home for like a couple days. Now I'm here, and we lit it here,
bro. So what are you gonna be cooking up in LA? I'm trying to get this alpha leak from you, man. I'm asking you again. What you got cooking?
All right, look.
Drop a little alpha for us.
All right, look. I got a few videos. I got conceptualized. You can expect a few skits. Expect a few little street interviews. I'm gonna make them jokes for sure. And then of course I got a few I might link up with a few people. I can't say no names, but expect some collaborative content this week for sure.
Yo, there we go, man. That's some alpha. OG, man. Tap in with my boy OG Shoots on X. OG Shoots, baby. Yo, my pleasure, my G. Oh. And the next interview is right here. I got you. She's just here with Eunice. Eunice, how you doing tonight?
I'm pretty good. Chilling.
You like the new spot?
I love that. I love
Yeah.
Yeah, we get to air out, touch some grass.
Yeah. So what have you been working on lately? I need like a musician in this space. You're doing like a new painting that I saw the other day on the
Yeah, well, the next drop is going to be a music video.
Mm.
It's going to be on Lens Protocol. So you can find it on or Hey. They named it used to be Lens, so it's on hey.xyz now. But it's coming out next week. It's called Running.
Ooh. And what's it about? Or can you talk a little bit about it? You won't know.
We were just talking about how love songs are a scam, so it's
Yeah.
like scammy. No, I'm kidding. And it's about, sure, you'll see it. You'll see it.
Okay. And where can people like find more of like your music? Like you're up on Spotify, like you're on Zora.
Just find me on Twitter, Eunice Music, and spell it with a Y, Y-U-N-I-C Music. Yeah.
Oh, appreciate you. Thank you so much.
Good to see you.
Good to see you. Let's see who we're gonna go to next.
Let's do it. Sorry.
Wait, let me talk to Max real quick.
One more?
One more,
Only
Max.
'cause it's you, Los.
Only because it's me.
What's up?
How'd you enjoy the panel at our new studio?
Oh, the new studio is dope. I get bored of like the same thing when it's like week after week, and IRL is the only thing that I do week after week because like the vibes. But this is dope. New vibes, new energy. I love it here.
Yeah?
Yeah, you
Oh,
guys
yeah.
are gonna crush it. Season 2, let's get it.
Season 2, let's get it. Yo, thank you, Max. I'll keep it short and sweet since I got you before.
Of course.
See you guys after. Let's see who will go over here. Who do we have still? Looks like we might be winding down, and it's actually time for the real IRL Alpha. Join us at VibesCo if you're in Venice. Catch that IRL Alpha in real life. Shout out to this man right here, Jerry. We made it.
We made it.
Season
We
2.
built the entire studio in
Season
one
2
day.
was this guy right here who secured the studio. This show can't happen without this guy right here. Shout out to Jerry.
We made it.
Thank you so much. See you guys at VibesCo.
let me
Season 2. Love you, chat. It's been your host, Lo Swayze. Peace out.